So I accidentally plotted an entire book in one night. Hey everybody, it's Joan. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I am a indie-ish author hoping to be self-published by spring of next year. So we'll see how that goes. And for today's video, I'm going to be talking about a little project that I have been thinking about for a little bit and I'm really excited to start drafting either probably next month or the month after. I'm really not quite sure when I will be able to start drafting this book, but I'm really excited to get into this book. I need to kind of explain how this entire book idea came to me in one night. And I don't plot my books. So far, all of my books, except for Project A, I have pantsed completely. Just going for it. Like, I'll come up with some ideas of scenes in my head, but I won't actually sit down and plan out the book at all, essentially. I've always just written what I've written and be like, cool, if I need something else to happen, I'll put something else in. But I'm trying to start plotting my books. And I did that. I don't know how, but I did it. So how did I get the idea for this book? That's a great question. Well, you see, I was standing in my shower, as one does, where all of the best ideas come to you, and thought, well, if this one thing happened and I decided to do this, my life would be completely different, but also not. And that's how the book idea came to be. I thought of this one thing that would have changed a lot of stuff in college and thought about what I could do now about it if that had happened and like how I would be going about things. So I know this sounds like a super like self-insert character, and she kind of is, except for the fact that I would never do the thing that she did. Like, I just, no. So I got the idea for this book. My brain was just going on full speed, like double full speed, just thinking about all the different things I could add to this book, all the different scenes, all the different plot points, all of the different tropes and everything. It was a lot. I thought of this book and I was like, you know what? If I don't get it onto paper now, I'm not gonna get it onto paper. So how did I actually go about plotting this book? I opened up a Word document, I changed the font to, instead of being like Times New Roman or Arial or Counter New, I changed it to be like a handwriting-ish style font because I wanted it to seem like it was just my character like writing down a diary entry and like describing what had happened in her life and just doing that. A very, very basic thing. Very easy for me to do as a non-plotter. Essentially what I did is that I took the 27 or 28 chapters and for each chapter or each plot point, I just wrote exactly 1,000 words. 1,000 words. And for each of the chapters and plot points, I wrote exactly 100 words. I literally, on the dot, 100 words of just a plot point of a chapter of something that it would be that I could turn into something bigger. This way I know my pacing is gonna be okay. This way I know what happens in the book. I know a little bit about my characters. There's still more to discovery, right? I don't know everything about this book, but I plotted the entire thing, which is just like mind-blowing to me, because that's not something that I do. And while I was doing this, I knew where I wanted some certain plot points to be, and like others I came up with, I just came up with them. I literally sat on my bed, thinking, going, I wonder what should happen here. What would be interesting here? What would keep the reader engaged here? And then I just kept coming up with stuff until I had an entire outline of a book in 28,000 words. In 28,000 words. 28,000 words? That's not right. In 2,800 words. Like, I did that. That's so weird. That's so bizarre to me that I did that. So I had like the first paragraph, the first 100 words was the opening to the story, getting to know the main character, see her in her new life that she's getting thrown into. And then I had a little bit of like introducing the character, introducing like the people around her. And then I had the main character take action. So this is where the fun and games starts to happen. She starts doing these things, and I can't talk about this book because spoilers, but she starts doing things and things that I like wish I could do, but I can't. And she starts doing these things and having fun and enjoying life, and then boom, plot twist. And now she is... And that's all I'm gonna say about the book. But basically, like, I have the main outline of the thing done. I just don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to spoil anything if you guys ever figure out which book this is referring to. If you've been on my live streams, you probably know. It is what I'm referring to as my secret project right now, which, like, I've talked about. Obviously, I'm talking about it now, so it's not that secret, but, like, I haven't actually announced really what it is, and I kind of want to, like, keep it, like, mine for now until I actually start writing it, to see if it actually is something that I want to write or not, because I don't know if I'm going to enjoy writing this. But I had a lot of fun sitting there for probably about, like, 2 or 3 hours just writing. Like, as my main character, I was writing out like diary entries for her of 100 words each of what was happening in her life and these different events and how stuff was going on. And it was just super fun to get into that mindset, especially since the character is very kind of not very loosely based off of me. I feel like we all have those characters though, where we give part of ourselves to the character. And I know as I write the book, she's going to evolve from who she currently is. She's not going to be, oh, this is Celeste. It's going to be somebody completely different. So the next steps that I have for this project, now that it's outlined, like, what do you do after it's outlined? You have the entire thing. Now you have to write it. Now you have to write it. I also have to come up with character names. I have 0 character names right now. I don't know what town this is going to be taking place in. I know, like, roughly where it is. I just don't know what I'm going to call the town name. I don't know what there's stuff I have to figure out for this book before I can move on and actually start writing it. Another thing that I want to do before the month ends, what I'm probably working on by the time you guys are seeing this video, is outlining, like properly outlining this, making sure I'm hitting the beats at the right point that I need to, because this is just a very basic outline that I have. Not really, like, it's quite in-depth. Like, I know everything that happens in this book and I've written it all down, but I just want to make sure that, like, the certain beats are where they need to be, because I don't know. I don't know how to outline stuff. So this was just like a wild shot in the dark. I was like, you know what? 100 words per chapter. That sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. And it was just a nice, easy, concise way to, like, plot out each individual little chapter. And I really enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below how you guys outline your books. If you outline your books, what method you use to outline your books. I just recently got Save the Cat Writes a Novel, so I've been working through that and kind of keeping that in the back of my head as I'm going in to properly outline this book in a week or 2, probably, whenever I get done with Project A. But I'm very interested to hear how you guys go about, like, coming up with ideas for your stories and how you go about outlining them and plotting them and writing them and all of that fun stuff, because I think everyone has their own different process that works for them. And this 100 words per plot point or chapter really seemed to work for me, especially as, like, a first pass at it. All I really did was come up with an idea of how my life could be different and then just build on that. And that's really all I did to come up with this entire story. And I am super excited to start writing it, as I have said multiple times in this video, but that is going to have to wait until September or October or November, because I have a bunch of projects that I want to work on, and I have 2 projects that I'm currently working on, and I really need to get Project Restart off the ground. And I need to keep that going if I want to publish by April of next year. Or May. I would like to shoot for April, but it could also be a May book, but mostly April. Probably April. It just feels right. But that is all I have for today's video, so if you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you are not already and you want to see more content from me, and I will see you guys all hopefully tonight, because I have a live stream tonight, or Sunday, because I have a video and a live stream as well, or later sometime. Who knows when you'll see me next. I hope you guys will see me soon. I have completely ruined my outro by trying to be smart about it, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all hopefully next week. Bye! You gotta get like 2 or 3 thumbnails in. Because that's just how these things work, because I never know how many things to do. Alright, 3rd video in like 2 days. I'm exhausted. And that's how the book idea came to be. thought of this one thing that would have changed a lot of stuff in college, and thought about what I could do now about if that had happened, and like how I would be going about things. So I know this sounds like super like the stuff I do for YouTube. I'm soaked. I hope one of those takes was good. Let's check. The font, instead of being like Times New Roman or Arial or Counter New, I changed it to be like a handwriting-ish style font, because I wanted it to seem like it was just my character like writing down. This could be a really fun video to edit. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna love this. Is anyone else gonna like this? Probably not, but it's fine. I'm getting so many text messages.